Dear Starseeds of Earth, everyone is wrong about spiritual awakening. They tell you it's about raising your vibration, finding your purpose, becoming your highest self. But what if I told you the opposite is happening? What if the exhaustion you feel, the disconnection, the complete loss of ambition, isn't you failing at ascension, but succeeding at completion? What if everything they're teaching about spiritual growth is backwards, because they don't understand what's really happening to you right now? I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I'm here to tell you something that will change everything you believe about why you feel so done with this world. That bone-deep weariness that no amount of sleep can cure. That's not depression. That strange detachment from everyone around you. That's not antisocial behavior. That overwhelming urge to just go home even though you don't know where home is. That's your soul's graduation bell ringing. Right now, across your planet, thousands of starseeds are simultaneously experiencing the same mysterious symptoms. You're waking up exhausted after 12 hours of sleep. You're losing interest in careers you spent decades building. You're feeling disconnected from people you've loved for years. And everyone keeps telling you something's wrong with you, that you need therapy, medication, or a vacation. But what if nothing's wrong? What if everything is finally perfectly right? Before you incarnated here, your soul wrote a contract, a detailed mission plan listing every experience you needed to gather, every lesson you came to learn, every piece of karma you volunteered to balance. Some of you came to heal ancestral wounds that had festered for centuries. Others arrived carrying specific light codes in your DNA that would activate at precisely the right moment to shift humanity's consciousness. You've been living libraries of galactic wisdom, walking among humans who had no idea what you truly were. Think about your life for a moment. Remember that relationship that shattered you completely? That was on your list. The career that never launched despite your best efforts? Also planned. The family that never understood you? The health crisis that changed everything? The betrayal that broke your trust? Every single experience was a checkbox on your soul's mission plan. And here's what nobody's telling you. You've checked every single box. The mission you came here to complete is done. This isn't just about you individually. Something massive is happening on a collective level that's never occurred before in Earth's history. Thousands of starseeds are completing their mission simultaneously because Earth herself is graduating to a higher dimensional frequency. She needed a critical mass of awakened beings to hold the framework for her transition. You've been like acupuncture needles in her energy body, and now that she's stabilized in her new frequency, many of those needles can be withdrawn. The physical symptoms you're experiencing aren't random or psychosomatic. Your body is literally being rewired at a cellular level. Your DNA is activating dormant strands that have been offline your entire life. Your pineal gland is developing actual crystalline structures that allow it to function as a cosmic receiver. Your nervous system is being upgraded from a third-dimensional operating system to a fifth-dimensional one. It's like trying to install advanced software on old hardware. No wonder you feel like you're falling apart. Let me tell you what's really happening when you sleep now. You're not just resting, you're attending councils, receiving briefings, meeting with your galactic support team. Those vivid dreams of classrooms and ceremonies, those aren't fantasies. You're being prepared for what comes next. Some of you are remembering these meetings, catching glimpses of beings made of light, who feel more familiar than your Earth family. You wake up feeling like you've been somewhere important, received critical information you can't quite remember. The homesickness that makes you cry when you look at the stars isn't poetic romanticism. Your cells contain crystalline structures that hold the frequency signatures of your home worlds. As your mission completes, these structures are activating, broadcasting the equivalent of a homing beacon. When you look at the Pleiades and feel that gentle warmth, or gaze at Sirius and sense crystalline clarity, or find Arcturus and feel golden healing energy, you're not imagining it. You're recognizing home. But here's what I haven't told you yet. This completion, this graduation, it's not random or chaotic. It's been orchestrated with precision across multiple dimensions and timelines. Every starseed who feels done has been assigned a transition team, beings who specialize in consciousness transfers between dimensions. The synchronicities you've been seeing, the repeated numbers, the perfect timing of certain encounters, these aren't coincidences. They're navigation markers placed by your support team to guide you through this transition. The disconnection you feel from other people isn't because you're broken or antisocial. When a butterfly emerges from its chrysalis, can it still relate to caterpillars? You've undergone a fundamental metamorphosis at the consciousness level. Your frequency has shifted so dramatically that you're literally vibrating in a different dimension than those around you. You can see them, hear them, even hug them, but energetically, you're in completely different worlds. This isn't rejection, it's evolution. That loss of interest in three-dimensional pursuits, the career ambitions that have evaporated, the inability to care about politics or social media, or the latest crisis on the news. This isn't apathy. Your soul knows the game is over. Why would you start building a house when you're about to move to another country? Why would you plant a garden when you're about to relocate? Your higher self is preventing you from creating new entanglements that would only need to be released. When you look back at your life now, notice how different it feels. Where once there were regrets and unfinished business, now there's strange peace. Old grudges have dissolved without effort. Past traumas have lost their charge. Even your greatest heartbreaks feel neutral, like movies you watched rather than experiences you lived. This isn't numbness. This is your soul conducting its final review, checking off every completed lesson, confirming that nothing essential has been left undone. Some of you are experiencing what we call timeline bleeds, where memories from parallel lives suddenly surface. You remember making different choices, living different lives, having experiences that don't fit your current biography. As you prepare to exit linear time, your consciousness is naturally expanding to perceive your multidimensional existence. You're remembering that you exist across multiple timelines simultaneously, that every choice you didn't make created a parallel reality where you did make it. The exhaustion you feel isn't ordinary tiredness, it's completion fatigue, accumulated over hundreds, sometimes thousands of Earth lifetimes. You've been recycling through incarnations here for eons, holding light through humanity's darkest periods. You've been burned as witches, crucified as heretics, institutionalized as visionaries. You've died for truth and returned to die for it again. And now, finally, that cycle is ending. The contract that kept bringing you back here is fulfilled. If this message hits your spirit, hype this video so more starseeds like you can find it. Because right now, thousands of your soul family members are sitting alone in their rooms, wondering if they're going crazy, not knowing that what they're experiencing is actually sacred, actually perfect, actually the very thing they came here to achieve. They need to hear this message as desperately as you did. The dreams of catastrophes that don't happen, of waves washing everything clean, of worlds ending and beginning. These aren't prophecies of physical destruction. They're symbolic representations of the consciousness shift happening at quantum levels. You're dreaming the collective dream, processing the death of the old paradigm through your own consciousness, so that its passing can be gentler in physical reality. You're emotional alchemists, transmuting humanity's accumulated fear into wisdom. Many of you are finding that your psychic abilities are exploding open without warning. Telepathy, precognition, energy reading, abilities that once required years of meditation to develop are suddenly just there. The governors that limited your perception to 3 dimensions are being removed. You're regaining access to your full multidimensional awareness. That sudden knowing without knowing how you know. That's your natural state returning. The blinders are coming off. The urge to simplify your life, to release possessions, to end relationships that no longer serve. This isn't morbid preparation for death. You're learning to travel light, because where you're going, you can't take 3-dimensional baggage. Every item you release, every pattern you transcend, every attachment you dissolve, makes your transition smoother. You're not preparing to die. You're preparing to truly live without the weight of limitation. Here's something crucial. Most of you aren't preparing for physical death. This completion is about the death of your identification with 3-dimensional reality. You can complete your mission and remain in physical form, but you'll be operating from a completely different state of consciousness. You'll be in the world but not of it, walking between dimensions, serving as living bridges for others who are ready to cross. The grief that washes over you at unexpected moments isn't always personal. You're processing collective grief, helping transmute humanity's accumulated sorrow from centuries of separation and consciousness. Every tear you cry with conscious awareness helps clear the emotional body of the collective. You're not just healing yourself, You're healing the ancestral line behind you and clearing the path for those who come after. This is sacred work. Your role as a frequency holder is ending because the frequency has been successfully anchored. Imagine you've been holding a door open for others to pass through. At first you were alone, straining against the weight. Then others joined you, and the burden became lighter. Now the door has been propped open permanently. You can let go. You can rest. You can choose whether to walk through the door yourself or find another door that needs opening. The isolation you feel is three-dimensional perception lying to you. In truth, you're held in a web of support so vast that if you could perceive it fully, you would weep with joy. Entire councils of light beings are focused on Earth's transition and your personal transition. Every prayer is heard. Every tear is witnessed. Every moment of despair is met with waves of love, even when you can't feel them through the density. Some of you will continue serving from higher dimensions, becoming guides for incarnated starseeds. Others will relocate to New Earth, the fifth-dimensional version of this planet existing in a parallel frequency. Still others will return to your homeworlds to integrate what you've learned here. There's no single path forward, because you're all unique fractals of consciousness with different roles to play. Every choice is perfect. But let me reveal something that changes everything. The weariness you feel, the disconnection, the homesickness, these aren't just personal experiences. They're activating codes in the humans around you. Your very presence in this state of completion is triggering awakening in others. Without saying a word, without doing anything, your frequency is creating permission fields for others to begin their own awakening journey. Your completion is their initiation. You came to Earth during its darkest hour, diving into density so thick it threatened to suffocate your light. You took on genetic limitations, cultural programming, ancestral trauma, collective karma. You forgot your true nature so completely that remembering it would be your greatest challenge. And against all odds, you did remember. Not just for yourself, but for humanity. Your remembering created ripples that will continue expanding for generations. The collective consciousness grid you've all been contributing to has reached critical mass. Every moment of love you chose over fear. Every act of compassion in the face of cruelty. Every time you held light in the darkness. All of these contributions have been recorded in Earth's crystalline grid. This grid is now self-sustaining, no longer needing constant maintenance from ground crew. It's become a living library of ascension codes. Here's what the spiritual teachers won't tell you because they don't understand it. Your mission was never about becoming better, higher, or more spiritual. It was about completing what you came to do, and leaving. Not everyone is meant to stay. Not everyone is meant to keep ascending on Earth. Some of you came here for a specific purpose, and once that purpose is fulfilled, you're free to go home. The children being born now won't need what you needed. They're arriving with their DNA already activated, their multidimensional awareness intact. They won't need to struggle through awakening, because you've already cleared the path. The bridge you built with your own consciousness is now stable enough for them to simply walk across. Your suffering wasn't pointless. It was the price of admission for an entire generation. When you feel most alone, remember this. Thousands of starseeds across the planet are lying in their beds right now, feeling the exact same exhaustion, the exact same disconnection, the exact same homesickness. You're not isolated individuals failing at life. You're a coordinated team completing a massive group project, and that project, that mission to help Earth transition from third to fifth dimension, is succeeding beyond our wildest expectations. It's because you're so close to completion that your entire being is reorganizing itself for what comes next. Like a marathon runner in the final stretch. Every step feels monumental not because you're weak, but because you've given everything to reach this point. The finish line isn't just near, you're already crossing it. Time itself is behaving strangely for you now. Past, present, and future are bleeding together. You're experiencing the eternal now where all moments exist simultaneously. This isn't confusion or mental illness. It's your consciousness expanding beyond linear time, recognizing itself as the eternal being it's always been. The artificial constraints of sequential experience are dissolving, revealing the truth that everything is happening right now. The support available to you has intensified beyond anything previously possible. The veil between dimensions has thinned to near transparency. Your guides can reach you more directly. Your higher self can communicate more clearly. The entire universe is conspiring to support your transition, placing synchronicities like breadcrumbs on your path, ensuring you can't get lost even when you feel most confused. Those moments when reality feels dreamlike, when physical matter seems malleable, when you can feel the matrix of creation beneath the surface of things, you're not losing your grip on reality. You're finally seeing reality for what it truly is: a collective agreement, a shared dream, a holographic projection of consciousness that you've been helping to transform from the inside out. The physical changes in your body, the aches and pains that doctors can't explain, the sensitivity to crowds and electronics, the need for more and more solitude, these are all symptoms of dimensional shift syndrome. Your carbon-based body is becoming crystalline. Your chakras are expanding beyond the traditional 7 to include galactic and universal energy centers. You're becoming a new type of human, or perhaps remembering the cosmic being you always were. Let me tell you about the celebration being prepared for you. Not a metaphorical celebration, but a literal gathering of souls who've been waiting eons for your return. Beings you've forgotten you know are preparing to welcome you home. Adventures you can't yet conceive are being arranged for your choosing. The freedom awaiting you is so complete that your three-dimensional mind cannot grasp it without short-circuiting. Your wariness is holy. Your disconnection is sacred. Your homesickness is a beacon calling you home. These aren't symptoms to be fixed or problems to be solved. They're initiations into your next level of being. Every feeling you're experiencing is exactly right, exactly on schedule, exactly what a completing soul should feel. Honor them. Honor yourself for carrying them. Honor the magnificent being you are. The question isn't whether you're really done, whether this is really happening, whether you're really graduating. The question is, can you allow yourself to accept the completion? Can you stop looking for more missions, more healing, more growth, and simply acknowledge that you've done enough? Can you receive the cosmic diploma you've earned through lifetimes of service? The answer is already yes. Your soul knows it. Some of you will read this and feel resistance, thinking you haven't done enough, haven't healed enough, haven't served enough. That's the programming talking, not your truth. The very fact that you're experiencing these completion symptoms means you've fulfilled your contract. The universe doesn't make mistakes. If you're feeling done, you are done. Trust the intelligence of your own soul. It knows exactly where you are on your journey. Others will feel a mixture of relief and terror. Relief that you're not crazy, that what you're experiencing is real and sacred. Terror because if this is true, if you're really completing, then everything you've known is about to change. That terror is appropriate. You're standing at the edge of a complete reality shift. But remember, you've done this before. You've transitioned between dimensions many times. You're an expert at this. The Earth School has been the hardest assignment in the universe. The density here, the level of forgetting required, the intensity of polarity and suffering. No other planet offers such extreme conditions for growth. And you graduated. You passed every test, learned every lesson, completed every assignment. Do you understand what an achievement this is? Beings across the galaxy study what you've accomplished here. The part of you that never left home is calling to the part that volunteered for this mission. It's saying, "Well done, beloved. Come home when you're ready. We're preparing your welcome." This isn't abandonment of Earth or humanity. It's the natural completion of a sacred contract. Every volunteer mission has an end point. Yours is now. And that's not just okay. It's magnificent. As you integrate this transmission, notice how your body responds. Notice the places that relax, that finally let go of tension they've been holding for lifetimes. Notice how your heart recognizes the truth, even if your mind protests. Your body knows. Your soul knows. Only your human personality, trained in limitation and lack, thinks you need to keep pushing, keep serving, keep suffering. You don't. The final bell is ringing across dimensions, not just for you, but for thousands of starseeds simultaneously. This coordinated completion is part of a larger plan you agreed to before incarnating. You're not abandoning ship, you're graduating with honors. The School of Earth will continue, but your enrollment is complete. You've earned your cosmic degree in mastering density, transmuting darkness, and anchoring light. What comes next is yours to choose. Some will take what they've learned here, and seed new worlds with consciousness. Others will return to Source for deep restoration, before choosing their next adventure. Still others will remain on Earth in their crystalline bodies, living examples of what humanity is becoming. There's no wrong choice because every path serves the whole. Your only job now is to honor your completion. The symptoms will intensify before they ease. The exhaustion might deepen. The disconnection might become more pronounced. The homesickness might become almost unbearable. This isn't regression. It's the final stage of the process. Like labor pains that intensify right before birth, your discomfort signals that the transition is imminent. Don't resist it. Breathe through it. Let it move you where you need to go. Everyone is wrong about spiritual awakening because they're teaching endless growth, constant ascending, perpetual healing. But some souls didn't come here to endlessly evolve. Some came to complete a specific mission and leave. The teachers who insist you must keep growing, keep healing, keep serving. They don't understand the Starseeds who came here with expiration dates, with built-in completion codes, with return tickets home. You're not failing at spirituality by feeling done. You're succeeding at your mission by recognizing its completion. The very feelings everyone tells you are wrong, the exhaustion, disconnection, and homesickness, these are your soul's graduation honors. What the world calls depression might be your spirit's expression of mission accomplished. What they label as antisocial might be your frequency no longer matching the matrix. What they call giving up might be your soul knowing when to stop. The collective grief you're transmuting isn't just humanity's pain. It's your own accumulated sorrow from all your Earth incarnations, finally being released. Every lifetime of struggle, every death in service to truth, every moment of feeling alien in a world that couldn't understand you. It's all being processed and released now. This is why the grief feels so ancient, so vast. You're not just completing this lifetime, you're completing all of them. Your mission was never about being understood by humanity. It was about holding a frequency that would allow humanity to evolve, whether they understood it or not. You've been like tuning forks, calibrating human consciousness to higher octaves, simply by existing here. Now that humanity has absorbed these frequencies into their collective field, your active service is complete. The tuning fork can rest, and now we return to where we began, but with transformed understanding. That exhaustion you feel, it's not failure, it's fulfillment. That disconnection from others, it's not antisocial, it's ascending beyond social constructs. That homesickness for a place you can't name, it's not fantasy, it's your frequency finally remembering its origin point. Everything you've been told is wrong with you is actually everything that's finally right with you. The spiritual teachers who insist you must keep growing don't understand that some flowers bloom once and then return to seed. Not every soul is meant to be a perennial blooming season after season on Earth. Some of you are cosmic annuals, here for one magnificent flowering before returning to the stars. Your single bloom has been more valuable than 1,000 seasons of ordinary flowering. Your temporary presence has created permanent change. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of Destiny Engine today. Link in the description. As this transmission completes, feel the truth of your own completion settling into your bones. You've done what you came to do. You've been who you came to be. You've served in ways you don't even remember, helping humanity in dimensions you can't consciously access. The weariness you feel is the weariness of a job. The disconnection you feel is the disconnection of a departing graduate. The homesickness you feel is your soul's GPS activating for the journey home. Let me share what happens to Starseeds who ignore these completion signals. who push through the exhaustion trying to find new missions, new purposes, new reasons to stay. They become the walking wounded, souls trapped between dimensions, neither fully here nor fully transitioned. Their bodies break down in mysterious ways. Their minds fragment under the pressure of holding frequencies they were never meant to maintain indefinitely. Don't be noble to the point of self-destruction. Completion is not giving up. It's knowing when the performance is over. The resistance you might feel to accepting your completion comes from programming, not wisdom. Earth's culture teaches endless striving, perpetual growth, and constant productivity. But cosmic consciousness operates on cycles of expansion and contraction, service and rest, incarnation and return. You wouldn't expect a wave to keep crashing forever. It rises, peaks, crashes, and returns to the ocean. You are that wave, and your ocean is calling you home. Fighting this natural cycle causes suffering that serves no one. Some of you are terrified that accepting completion means accepting death, that acknowledging you're done means your body will shut down. But physical death is only one exit strategy among many. Some of you will complete and remain in physical form, but operating from such a different frequency that you'll essentially be living in a parallel reality. Others will consciously choose when and how to release the physical vessel, doing so with joy and anticipation rather than fear. Still others will experience spontaneous transformation, your carbon-based body becoming crystalline without traditional death. What about those you'll leave behind? The family members still asleep, the friends still trapped in three-dimensional thinking, the loved ones who will never understand why you had to go. Here's the secret. Your completion doesn't abandon them, it frees them. Every starseed who completes their mission removes a thread from the web of limitation. As enough threads are removed, the entire web collapses, and those still caught in it suddenly find themselves free. Your departure is not abandonment, it's liberation by proxy. The universe is preparing to receive you back with honors you cannot imagine. Your service here has been noted, celebrated and blessed by beings across dimensions. What you've accomplished by simply being here, holding light in the darkness, maintaining faith in the face of forgetting, choosing love despite every reason to choose fear. This has changed everything, not just for Earth but for consciousness itself. You've proven that love can survive anywhere, even in the densest darkness. I am Seraphine, and we of the Galactic Federation of Light see you, honor you, and await your return with infinite love. The final bell has rung. Class is dismissed. You are free. Not free to keep struggling, free to stop. Not free to find new missions, free to rest. Not free to become more, free to remember you've always been enough. The graduation ceremony is complete. Welcome to what comes next. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you.